Hi guys, this is Hiranmay Goswami. I am a full stack developer and a mentor. So I have created a open source development community where we can post the different types of the projects and coding blogs where you can find the knowledge with a very useful content and you can learn from there and can be a part of that community as well. I have also created the blogs for creating the projects for class 10 ICSE, like the reservation projects for the railway reservations, restaurant billing system, school fees collection system, or the banking system, etc. And in a few days, I would be also coming up with the Python and database related projects as well. So in this particular video, I am going to demonstrate about the railway reservation system. Please watch the video carefully. I would be explaining how I have made that and all the related questions that you will have in your mind when you see the blog. You can get it answered here. And if you watch it minutely, obviously you will get the answers for the Viva questions as well that your invigilator might ask you. So we are going to create a railway reservation system. So whenever you are going to do some project, always be clear with the problem statement, what you are going to do and what you are going to achieve. So in this particular project, we are going to achieve a railway reservation system that will help the users to book the railway tickets. If they want to go to some destination, they can put that option and they can generate the ticket. Obviously, our program will be interacting with the user with the console or the terminal window or the command prompt window. The terminal window is basically the command prompt window. Terminal window is only the name that given by the BlueJ application. Now, the application will ask the user that how many passengers are there, where you want to go. That one is the first thing. Then it will ask where you want, how many passengers you have. You want to go via express train or a local train and so on. So after asking these few details, so next aspect is it would ask the relevant details. And after it asks the relevant details, our application will process that request and it will generate the ticket. And the ticket will have the relevant details, where is the journey from, where it will be journey would be up to which place, how many persons are there, express ticket or railway local ticket, and so on. It would also print the total fare. And then our application will again ask the user whether there are any more customers or not, because it's a infinite loop process. Because we don't know how many customers are going to come in the railway counter to book the tickets. Today some 1,000 people can come, tomorrow 5,000 can come due to the rush of any festivities or etc. So there is unpredictability that how many persons are going to come to the railway ticket and use our application, right? So that's why we cannot predict that this number of times the loop will execute. So thereby we have to use an infinite loop, and that infinite loop can only be stopped by the user when the counter person who is sitting in the counter says that there are no more customers. So they can stop that program over there by pressing some keys or some options. So the next aspect is that we are going to implement a choice driven program. Okay, there would be a menu printed in the terminal window, and from the options the users can enter their choice, and using console input we will read that input from the user and process accordingly. And another thing what we are going to use, we are going to use an infinite loop, and the exit of that loop is controlled by the user choice. Means whenever the user wants to terminate, then only he or she can terminate the program. Otherwise it would run infinitely. Okay. Now the code snippet that I've shared in the screen, you can see that I have run a while loop having the condition as true. That means that it would run infinitely. The condition is always true. And then I am writing some statements. I have given a comment entry there, you can see. And in the condition, we can place that condition in the if statement that suppose if the choice is equals to 5, then only we are going to stop that loop. And for breaking the loop, we are going to use the break statement. The break statement is called the jumping statement. In the theory, in the book, you can read that what is a jumping statement. Jumping statements are actually the statements that help to jump out of the loop or jump to the next iteration of the loop. There are two jumping statements. One is the break and another one is the continue statement. Continue statement helps us to run to the next, go to the next iteration without executing the statements below the continue statements. And break statement helps us to jump out of the loop. It terminates the loop. So we using the condition and the break statement, we are going to terminate the loop. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take by pausing the video. So these are the aspects which we can expect as a Viva questions, and what are the things you are going to use in your program, and what are they? What is that infinite loop? Why you have used that through there? Why you are what the choices are you have printed? How you are taking the input? How you are taking the input, that is answered in the next slide. In the next slide, see, I have used a BufferedReader class. So first let me explain what is a console input. Console input is basically the input taken from the terminal window dynamically during the program execution. When the program is executing, from the terminal window we can take the input and we can use that in our program, and using system.out.println we can post the outputs in the terminal window. But for taking input, we have to take help of a special class or classes rather. So there are two options we have. One is the scanner class, another one we have the BufferedReader. So we are going to use the BufferedReader here. BufferedReader is a class that is stored in which package? It is stored in IO package. So these are some of the questions that the invigilator might ask you. So IO package is you can say that package is a folder like thing where there are many classes. It's a collection of classes, and in that IO package we have BufferedReader class and InputStreamReader class, and these classes are used for taking console input, and the syntax for taking or considering an object or initializing an object of BufferedReader is this one: BufferedReader r equals to new BufferedReader, and in between the brackets we give new input stream reader system.in. Please be careful while writing this, because B would be capital, R would be capital, there will be no space between buffered and reader. Input stream reader I capital, S capital, R capital, no space in between them. So we have to take care of that syntax. That was all about this console input. Next is that whatever I am sharing with you, I have written the blogs in this website. This website is designed by me. So onlinestudysmart.com, and StudySmart is actually the institution or the organization that I have built, that is mainly concerned about building an open source development community based in Burdwan. Now we are going to expand that in different cities, mainly in Kolkata where I am based on, where I work. So we're actually expanding this network. So you can go over there, you can go to the blog section and read the blogs where you can get the source code and all other details over there. What I am explaining, that you can get there also as well. Now let's run that program, the source code, and take the output. So you have to run that output in your system and take the output, and you have to do accordingly. Let me explain you the source code and then I would run that as well. So here you can see that source code. So I have taken the BufferedReader object for taking the console input. The base location is Burdwan, okay, means the starting station is Burdwan, and I have given a set of 25 stations over here. These stations can be according to your choice, and the respective fares for the stations is this one. The fares, the prices, means from Burdwan to Durgapur the fare is 20, from Burdwan to Raniganj they do 25. This might not be at par with the practical situation, but they are actually a data feed actually for our program. Now I have printed the menu here in this part using the infinite loop. Everything is inside the infinite loop. This while loop ends here. Okay. So we have two methods in our program. One is the start reservation system. This one is the method that runs the menu and takes the input and acts accordingly. And another method, I have used a user defined method with a private access. I mean, it cannot be seen from outside, only it can be accessed inside the class. And this method is actually responsible for printing the ticket with the relevant details, like to which station I want to go, what is the fare, what are the number of persons, P, what is the factor. This factor is I will be going to explain that in the express part, express or local passenger. If it's express ticket, then obviously the fare would be multiplied by 2 or 3 because express ticket fares are greater. So that is the factor. Now what type of ticket, it's an express ticket or a local passenger ticket, what is the base location from where you are going to do. In this case it's Burdwan, you can change that accordingly. And it's a return ticket or not, means I am going to Burdwan, going to Durgapur from Burdwan, I want to return back or not. If I am going to return back, then I have to multiply by 2. The fare would be multiplied by 2 because the cost of going from Burdwan to Durgapur is 20. Then from returning back to Burdwan would be 20 plus 20 means 40. So likewise, so that one I have done here. If it's a return ticket, I would multiply it with 2. Let me explain the above part, then I would come to the print ticket part. So after printing the menu, what I have done, I have taken the input from the user as an option variable. I have taken the readline method It's a special method in the BufferedReader class which helps us to take console input and converted that to integer. That integer is being stored in option, and then if the option lies from 0 to 24, then that means there are 25 items. So 0 to 24 options means in this array, if it's inside this our set of options, then I am asking that how many passengers do you have. I am taking input that number of passengers. Then I am asking the user it's a express ticket or a local passenger ticket. That is this one, type equals to r.readline. If it is express, I am making the factor as 3 and terminating the loop. And if it is L, then the factor will be by default 1. But if the user presses any other key other than express or L, then that means the user is giving wrong input. So I would be again printing that, taking the input. Okay, you have given a wrong choice, I would print that, and I would continue this loop I would continue again. That means the user will be asked to give the input again and again unless he or she puts E or L. After taking that successfully, I am converting that to uppercase, and then I am asking the user whether it's return ticket or not. That one I have taken here, and then I am sending the details to the print ticket method, and that print ticket method is printing that ticket. So it is printing from where the journey is starting, up to which place the journey would be going, and up to how many passengers I have, what is the ticket type, express or express ticket or local passenger ticket. Everything, even the date is also printed here. Local date dot now helps us to print the local date, the date of the journey. Okay, the running system will send us the date and it will get printed. So everything related to the ticket is printed by this method print ticket. And then after addressing this customer, there might be another customer standing in the line. So I have to ask the user that, do you have any other customers? If you want to move to the next reservation, if the user presses yes, then I would continue this loop. Continue means this while loop will again get started. And if the customer presses no or any other key, then I will break the loop. Okay, that means that the while loop would be terminated and it would end the program. Now let's run this program and check the output. You can pause the video and take a note of the program code as well. So I have run the object, and then I am getting to see the menu. Suppose I want to go to bundle, I am pressing the option 7. Okay, this one. Press F7 for bundle. The fare for bundle is 25. So I am pressing 7 and pressing enter. Suppose I have 3 persons with me. I am pressing the number of passengers as 3. I want to go via express, so I am pressing the express mode, and I am going to avail a return ticket or not. Suppose I don't want to return, I want to stay there as well, so I am printing a no. So I have got the ticket got printed here. So I am starting the journey from bird 1. I am going to bundle. The number of passengers here is 3. The ticket type is express. Is this a return ticket? No, it's not a return ticket. So what is the date of the journey? So today's date is 23rd October and 2022, and the total fare is this one. So this is the ticket that got printed. Do you want to go to the next reservation? Suppose I press yes. So everything that was there that got removed, erased, and then the menu got again printed. So this is for the next customer. So suppose I want to go to Adi, and then the number of persons, suppose 5 persons are there. I want to avail a local passenger. I am pressing L. Do you want a return ticket? Yes, I want to have a return ticket. So again the ticket got printed. Okay. Now is there any more customers? Suppose I don't have any customers. I am pressing N. Now this is the program output. You have to copy this output and then paste it in a Word file, and then you have to prepare for your project. Okay. That's all about this particular project. You have the source code, you have the output here. And if you have any questions, then go to this www.onlinestudysmart.com and go to the blog section, and over here you can see all the projects over here. What is your project? This one. So read more, and then you can land over to the blog and read the blog over here. So that's all. Hope you like the video, and if it's if it's informative and helpful to you, please hit the subscribe button. That costs a lot. It takes a lot of effort to create this video and to share this knowledge to you. I know that many people are trying to do business with this. They want to take a lot of amount from you to help you with this project, but it's a free content. So please subscribe this channel and go to the website and study as much as you can and get enlightened.